Hello, welcome to the Ansan service, the second video in which I'm going to talk about more what is your website really supposed to, what is the purpose of your website, and the key ingredients and elements that you can incorporate in your website right now such that it has got a better chance of engagement, sales, and boost your revenue. But what really is the purpose of a website? The real purpose of your website is salesmanship. If your website is not selling, then your job is to make sure that you make your website sell. I mean, that's legitimately the purpose of a website. So what are the key ingredients in order to make your website sell? So right now, I've got a list of key elements that you can incorporate on your website so that when you make changes or when you ask your developer to make changes, you're making changes in according to a plan. And it's not random, it's not something chaotic, let's do this and let's do this, and I'm wondering why it's not working. Rather, if you break it down into different elements, you got a better chance of maintaining a website accordingly so that every changes that you plan to make in the future would resemble one of these key elements that I'm about to show you. The majority of the reasons why websites don't sell is not because you don't make it's not because your website doesn't look good. It's not because your website is slow or fast. Those are key elements in terms of usability. But the main reason why it's not able to sell is because it lacks some of these key elements. The first key element is which is attention. Attention is where you grab the attention of your users. As soon as they come to your website, you want to grab the attention. With the amount of information that's out there, the last thing you want to do is make sure that your website does not have the ability to attract the attention of your customers or clients or potential clients. The way you can do that is by having a headline on your website that almost resembles the pain point. For example, you could say, do you have a headache, or are you frustrated, or how can you make your so-and-so life better by using our service? But you really want to capture their pain point in your headline. Make it headline that is effective so that when customers come and see your website, they can resonate with the pain point, they can resonate with the solution, with the frustration, and they would like to know more about your service and really see whether there's a good fit for their pain point and whether your solution can relieve their pain. Once you grab the attention, the second part is what really you need to do. Now that you grab the attention, the second part of your website that you should have is your problem definition. Problem definition is where you go a little bit more in detail to explain what the problem of your website, or the problem of your potential clients would face for your service. Now, if you're an accountant, if you're a real estate agent, if you're a lawyer, if you're an architect, if you're a financial advisor, if you're an insurance broker, if you're just a cleaner, each one of these services is satisfying a pain point, and your job as the business owner is supposed to describe the pain point more in detail. This is where your potential clients would have a feel of, oh, okay, they understand my pain point. I would like to know more about whether they can actually solve it. So for example, in the Ansan system, I explained to you whether whether you want to move an image from here to there and you do not want to pay agency prices, or you're frustrated because your site is slow and buggy and you want to make sure it's safe and secure, and generally you would have problems because it happens at the oddest time. So we have 24/7 support. Those are the key elements that helps me. That helps our service address the pain points that you as a customer would probably have when it comes to website maintenance. The third part is the amazing attainable solution. The amazing attainable solution is now you basically tell them in the ideal world, what would your solution look like? What would be the outcome of your solution? And this is where you give your customers the hope that if they use your solution, they really would feel, less frustrated. If you're a lawyer, they would feel at ease because now they have someone, who can take care of their care of the problems, and probably could win the court case or whatever be it. If you're an insurance broker, and if something goes catastrophically wrong, they have insurance so that they know that they're financially safe even if something happens to them. If you're a cleaner, you know for a fact the outcome is your house looks pretty, it's got a better resale value. And for my website, it's more like, if I'm able to solve your website problems, you would have less of a headache. Your business can grow online. Your customers would now have the latest and updated information. It feels secure. So those are the solutions that I offer, so that the end result of an amazing attainable solution in this case is that you can increase your revenue and you probably get more sales, and that's a great outcome. So you want to explain your amazing attainable solution as a business owner. Now the last question is, after having all of these amazing attainable solution, you describe the problem, you caught their attention. Now we need to prove it to them that whether you are capable of solving this problem. This is where you have proof and credibility. Prove it to me that you can actually deliver what you're saying. This is where, as a business owner, you want to talk about how credible you are able to solve your problems. So you can talk about case studies, past clients' testimonials. You can talk about your expertise. What is it? Whether you're qualified to even solve certain problems. If you're a doctor, you might want to put your qualifications out there. You might also want to put your awards and achievements. You might want to put in an FAQ section, basically a frequently asked questions, so that it gives the customer a good chance of understanding, if there's any problems, how are you going to solve the problem. So in this case, Ansan, I myself, I'm a programmer. I've been programming for the last 8 to 10 years, working in most mission critical software from routers to all the way to the web. So there's good chances that if you have any website problem, it's not really going to be too challenging for our company, because we have the expertise and the software expertise to solve your problem. Knowing that majority of the website problems you have, 100% of them is just related to software. And that's our proof and credibility. And not to mention, that level of experience and expertise helps us to give you the confidence that we can solve your problem. Last but not least, you got their attention, you basically defined the problem, you're given the solution, you proved it to them that you can solve it. Now the question is, what do you want them to do on your website? And you want to have a call to action. A call to action tells them what action they need to do after they read everything on your page. So you want to basically, you could have them, the buy now button, so that, they can subscribe to your service, or you could have, given your information so that we can get back to you, or you could, say, give us a call and, ask them, or give them a free report so that they can give you an email ID and need some contact information. But you want to exchange something, make them do something on your page, give them some incentive to take action. If there's no action on the page, then you're really, losing out here on your customers. And last but not the least, you really want to build up some trust. Now, all of this is great. Maybe proof and credibility can build up that trust. But one of the most important reasons to build up trust is this last point. At the end of the day, if you want to sell, people like to buy from people who are trustworthy, from companies that are trustworthy. And your job is to build up that trust parameter in your business. And you can do that by doing this. The last one is called recency and proximity. This is where you constantly are updating information on your website immediately. You're sending information to your clients on a consistent basis. And proximity is the proximity of your business. Now, there are good chances that your business is only within the local area, within a certain proximity. You do not want someone from South Africa or depending on where you are in the world. You don't want someone from another continent to give you business, because there are good chances they may not be a great referral if your business is very local. So you really want to talk about, the proximity of where your business is. Now, if you're in South Africa, you might want to focus mostly on South Africa. If you're in South America, you want to focus, but if you're in Canada, you want to focus within your area of Canada. If you're in Vancouver, focus in Vancouver. It does not matter where your business is, but you want to specify the proximity in which you deal with your business. And it also depends on your client. How close is your relationship with your client? It's not just the physical location and the distance, but it also depends on the trust level, how close your number one client is. And you want to feed them with information on a consistent basis. Keep them in the loop. Give them something to know that you exist. Give them some valuable information. So the recency and proximity is all about updating information to your closest customers on a consistent basis that builds up trust. Not to mention, if you keep updating information, even on your website, there are good chances that when new customers come in and they see periodically your website and they keep seeing, you know, improvements and better information, and all of these information is better, it's constantly updated and it's constantly more refined, you're building up that trust element. So even potential clients, they generally may not buy in the first attempt, may not buy in the second attempt, but if they eventually come to your page and get a good feel of it, when it's time to, you know, come and pay, they have a good idea that all the information on the page really resonates with them. And as a result, they have a better chance of, you know, have a better chance, you know, of converting your potential customers into customers. Thank you.